Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Bob Boom. I'm your host Bob, and if you see any ads on my channel, then YouTube put them there. Uh, I know it's a few days late, but oh boy, E3, right? I can kind of see why Sony decided to skip out. I'm not saying that as a fanboy or anything, but it was kind of uneventful. Yeah, there were a few interesting things that happened, but I can't really say too much of it is because of a particular developer. How am I going to say it? Like, Keanu Reeves, of course. That was the biggest event that really happened. And then you also have, I forgot her name, the Japanese woman that was super cute and said, "Oh, it's spooky." You know, like, oh, everyone got to clap. They showed more Doom Eternal stuff and everything. So it's kind of like this spatter of stuff that's everywhere. Like, I wouldn't say one particular developer or showcase was the absolute best out of all of them. If I had to compare it, it'd be Nintendo and Xbox. Everyone else was just terrible. The PC one was terrible. The Ubisoft one was terrible. Oh, there were so many just awkward moments. And I guess that's one of the big things as to why people watch E3. They're waiting for like these really terrible, cringe-worthy moments every single year just to take advantage of it. But hey, like what I'm trying to say from earlier, any developer that paid the Cyberpunk guys enough money could have had the Cyberpunk presentation. So like, let's say for instance, Sony wanted to pay extra to have the Cyberpunk announcement at their show. If it did have a show, just bear with me on this. Anyone could have gotten Keanu Reeves out there if they paid enough money. Do you see what I'm saying? So like, it's not Xbox that kind of like won that. It was Cyberpunk. Like, everyone's just going to fucking get Cyberpunk now. And the fact that the developer has turned down a lot of this negative karma, I guess, that's been going around on the internet. You know, it's like, oh, how could you do this? How could you like sexualize this? And how could your artwork, you know, be like this and all this other kind of stuff? He just shot it all down. Like, the main guy who made Cyberpunk is just like, no one cares. Like, well, at least cry to someone who cares, because that's not what I envisioned and that's not what you're going to get. And I have to give him props for that. If you don't like the game, don't buy it. And EA did that one time, I think, with, what was it, Battlefield 5? They said that? Or Battlefield 1? Whatever, man. I can't get behind these constant reboots and numbers. But there was one point in time where EA said, all right, if you guys don't like the direction we're going with the game, don't buy it. And that's exactly what happened. They kind of suffered for that. So the same thing's happening for Cyberpunk, except this time it's the other side of the coin. It's extremely squeaky minority wheel, you know, going, and he's just saying, you know, just forget that wheel. All the other wheels work, right? Like, that's all the other wheels are what I'm focusing on right now. That squeaky wheel isn't the problem, right? Like a car can still run with three wheels. It might not be able to turn if it's front wheel drive too well. But you get the point, right? There's this one really squeaky minority telling them to tone things down and to change their artistic direction and stuff. And people don't want them to do that because Cyberpunk looks awesome artistically. It looks fantastic. And now on top of that, you have a very beloved celebrity icon. And not just because of, let's be honest here, like maybe 7 out of 10 acting, I guess. I've never really seen him in a super serious role, but you know, you have a really humble celebrity such as Keanu Reeves that's now part of that game. Everyone's going to be like, don't touch the game. Don't mess with the game. Let them do what they want. They've got the majority of the public on their side for this. I digress. Xbox and Microsoft decided to announce that they are working on a new console. They have not revealed a price or anything like that. You could probably expect that at next E3. I think they even said next E3 they were going to reveal some information. Nintendo decided to finally come out with a release date for their newest Animal Crossing. I do not like the Nintendo Switch. I think it is a terrible handheld. I think it is a terrible console. Granted, if they came out with a different version of it that didn't entirely involve really crappy mini games using a Joy-Con and all this other kind of stuff, like if it was generally a handheld that was like the 3DS XL, you get what I'm saying? Like the 3DS XL was top tier portable Nintendo, right? Like the battery was really good. The screen, the controls, like it felt really good in your hand. It was extremely portable. I even got an upgraded battery pack for it, like an actual third-party battery. You remove the bottom of the system, and it even comes with its own brand new bottom that you can screw in. And it's this fat battery on it that lasted close to a week of just full playing before I had to fully charge it again. It was fantastic. Like this is top tier handheld stuff. And so when I see the Switch, I want to give them props. They got a new No More Heroes coming out. They've got the new Animal Crossing. They have that one that has like cops and mecha in it. I forgot the name of it. There are good looking Switch games out there. But the Switch is not a good handheld. I can't see myself taking that thing anywhere without having to worry about bringing the charger or something that'll protect it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, the 3DS, you could just fold and the screen kind of protected itself, you know? Like it folded in on the other screen and you could put it in your pocket. Oh no, like your keys are rubbing up against it or something. But guess what? It's not against the screen. Like, the Switch, it needs its own like little carry case and needs the charger because you're going to get maybe 4 to 5 hours on it if you were to straight play. Like, I don't see myself bringing that thing anywhere. None unless I'm an extreme addict to it. And that would be a whole nother really bad level. So if they were to come out with like a smaller Switch, one that I guess doesn't have Joy-Cons, because the way I see it, when both of those Joy-Cons are plugged in to the system, they're drawing power themselves to charge their own batteries, right? So you have essentially 3 batteries to worry about, 2 smaller ones of which are slowly draining battery from the main battery, including the main system doing its work. So, not a fan of that. That's not very portable to me. So if they come out with a more portable-friendly version of the Switch, I would get it. Dude, No More Heroes 3. That was probably the bigger announcement for me than fucking Banjo-Kazooie. Good lord, who cares? This stuff is so overblown, overhyped. Whoa, they added Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, you're happy for it. That's fine, you know? Like, that's your thing. That's fine. But entire, like, rooms of people completely cheering, losing their shit. Some people even crying over Banjo-Kazooie being announced for Smash Brothers. Dude, get a grip. Like, I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. Like, I loved Metal Gear Solid 5. One of the, not the most like Metal Gear Solids. Metal Gear Solid 5, I have S'd ranked every single mission. Only like 3% of everyone who owns that game on Steam has that achievement. Like, I love Metal Gear Solid. So when they announced him for Smash, I'm like, all right, yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at his mechanics and stuff like that. All right, yeah, that's fine. Awesome. I'm not going to fucking jump up and down on a couch. I'm not going to scream, oh my God. I'm not going to fucking practically break my back falling out of my computer chair. Get a grip. It's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. Oh, man, I digress. What else? Oh, man. Fallout Battle Royale, right? There's nothing to say for that, is there? That's trash. That's trash. If you were to say, guys, like put me in Todd Howard's shoes right now. When he was on stage and he admitted that they had a lot of screw ups and they were willing to fix them and listen to a lot of feedback and everything like that, you're thinking to yourself, awesome, they're going to announce this really major patch that's going to fix everything. You know, you're thinking to yourself, they're going to fix the game. They're actually going to make Fallout 76 way better now. Oh, man. Crisp. So you're thinking to yourself, no, I don't want Fallout 76 anymore. Like, I don't even care. I wanted to like Fallout 76. I really did. And just, there's so many problems that still revolve around that game. I can't see myself ever touching it. No. Not even if you implement a single player mode, nothing like that. Its RPG system is terrible. The way it delivers its quest is terrible. But man, you know, my backlog right now is absolutely massive. My buddies decided to start kicking up their Base Wars Gary's Mod server again, and they're doing some tweaks and fixes and all this other kind of stuff, and they wanted my input, and I'm kind of helping with some of that artwork and audio in it, kind of giving them feedback on what could be added, what could be changed, and of course that's going to take up a lot of time. If it wasn't for the Base Wars game mode and Gary's Mod, I wouldn't have hit almost 1,400 hours in Gary's Mod. In fact, I actually think I went over that recently. Yeah, 1,400 hours in Gary's Mod. Jesus Christ, what am I doing with my life? I'm going to be dying on my deathbed, and all I'm going to be thinking about is, oh, dude, I hope that death audio from Half-Life 2 plays. Beep, beep, beep. You know, like that's all I'm going to be hoping for. And there's going to be a little notification for it. RDM. But let's see. Inquisitor Martyr, the 40K game, finally came out with their 2.0 patch. It was 7 gigabytes big, and it changed a lot. My 2080 Ti for the Win Edition, at the time in 4K resolution before the 2.0 patch, dude, it was running. It wasn't running super hard, but yeah, you could tell it was doing some lifting. Like, it was doing like 75%, sometimes 90%, even in combat. And wow, they not only made the game look better, but they optimized it even more. So even in idle, at 4K resolution with max settings, I'm looking at 50% performance draw. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts to me. How much better it has become. Even the combat is smoother. All of your settings do reset, so you kind of have to go back into, you know, auto loot pickup and all this other kind of stuff. You know, you have to change things back and everything, but that's a very, very, very small price to pay for the content that they decided to just drop all at once. And then they also came out with that standalone expansion. You don't even need to own Inquisitor Martyr in order to play it. It's the Prophecy one, where you get to play as Adeptus Mechanicus. Good Lord. There's so much stuff going on right now. A lot of work, too. Like, real life work, I mean. Holy crap. That's a lot of work. But anyway, so that's somewhat my 2 cents on E3. Like I said, there's not really like a whole lot to be super excited about. I can kind of see why Sony decided to stick out. Yeah, Nintendo made a few honest-to-goodness releases. I guess as far as game-wise, Nintendo had the best presentation because they stuck away with having people on stage, all these awkward interview moments and things like that. Their preview was straight up, let's show something cute at the beginning for everyone to laugh at, and then just start showing game trailers. And that's what they did, just nonstop for like an hour. So points to them for that. Points to Microsoft for at least giving us your best right out the gate and then just completely going downhill later. Because I don't really think there was a whole lot Microsoft could have done to kind of top the whole, we're going to surprise everyone with Cyberpunk release date and Keanu Reeves walking out on stage telling people they're breathtaking. So you have a good one. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. You're breathtaking!